We are back for a quick second in the Lighthouse Diary Indoors Edition. This is something that I have not been doing for quite some time because I just did not want to bore you, but I just find myself, I guess you could say, towards the end or on the other side of a pickle that I was going through in February. And, well, I would say like January overlapping with February. And yeah, I'm not going to get too deep into it because let's just say that the Most High handled the meat and potatoes. However, yeah, I guess I'm just still coming to terms with the aftermath of all of it. And I don't mean to knock the training of certain professionals. However, I'm not going to go too deep into detail, and I don't know if I want to go deep into detail down the line, but long story short, for the first time in many, many years, I felt some kind of way. I felt triggered when I was told repeatedly, as if it was part of a routine. Again, I can't go too deep into speculation about that because, frankly, I don't have the energy for that. I would be routinely told that I should access counseling. And for some time in my life, I was actually like huge in recommending counseling and that kind of thing. But I guess I've kind of hit a bit of a brick wall where, even though it's been some odd years, there are certain interactions from the therapeutic office that I'm still healing from. And I find that, sadly, trying to access the right care, like many others have, we have encountered people who are still healing and sadly project their own crap in the therapeutic offices, which is not okay. And the long and short of why I would feel some type of way when I would get routinely told that I should access counseling, I will be honest, it took me back to a younger age where I was explicitly told that nobody cared how I felt. So it just felt, for the overlap of January and February, that I was being told that all over again. And I was just like, I really hope that's not what these new people are thinking. I really hope not. And something that's also kind of on my heart, that I would be really sensitive about, is the way that people phrase things, the way that people deliver things, the way that people, word things. They would mean well, right? When, you know, how do I say it? But yeah, essentially, I would feel kind of hurt when people would tell me things like, oh, you can't control that, or like you can't control people, or you can't control how people think or how people feel, or like insert whatever phrase like sounds similar to that, whether you heard it yourself or like you heard from somebody else that they heard something like that. I know people mean well when they say that, but for me it hurts to hear stuff like that. And the reason why, for me personally, why it hurts to hear stuff like that is that, yeah, what they mean to say, and I'm completely aware of this, like in the, I guess you could say, the executive part of my brain is like completely aware that what people are trying to say when they really care about you, when they say stuff like that, what they mean to say is that you don't have to worry about like what other people think, what other people feel, what other people do, etc., etc. And I know that that's what they're trying to say, but the way that they phrase it, like, oh, you can't control this, you can't control people, it just, yeah, it just leaves kind of a bitter taste in my mouth, as if I'm being accused of wanting to control people. Am I the only one who feels this way? But yeah, that's why I personally get hurt by remarks like that, even though they're well meaning. So, yeah, I just figured I would come on here and be vulnerable because I guess I've gotten to that point where it's just like, you know what? I should really stop seeing it as uncool to share my heart with you. Why did I think for a second that it was uncool to share my vulnerability and my heart with you? Why? What has possessed me? Someone explain to me why I suddenly decided that it was uncool to be vulnerable with you. I'm literally laughing at myself right now. Okay, but I don't know why I kept this in for, I don't know, a little bit shy of 2 weeks, maybe a little bit more than that. I have no clue, but I just carried shame around feeling this way, and I just thought to myself, like, you know what? I have nothing to be ashamed of in terms of feeling this way. If for a certain season in my life it's more comforting to, get more spiritual help because I just have not had the best experience getting mental help, I don't see why that's so bad. You know what I mean? I don't see what's so wrong about that. But yeah, we should have more spiritual talks another day. It's just, that's the tea on Kaylee today. This is the tea on Kaylee today. I'm literally drinking tea. You see my teapot over there, Mrs. Potts? I'm literally drinking tea right now, and I'm going to have another cup as soon as this is done. So, for those who've been riding with me for the how many years I've been explicit here, and if there is anyone who's new to the Lighthouse Diary, welcome. Feel free to grab a cup or take a virtual ride in one of the clips where you see a moving window with cars going by. Whatever tickles your fancy, it does not matter to me what you enjoy more here. But for whatever reason you're here, I'm going to be here putting out what I like and putting out me, which I have not been doing for some time. So let's get back to being ourselves, shall we? With that being said, stay safe, stay cozy, stay sincere to your healing and adventurous self, and adventurous self. And if you have an inner critic saying that there's something uncool about you, fuck it. It's fucked in the ass, okay? I know. Sorry. Just potty mouth today. Yeah. Give me a hug. Give me a hug.